services with the utmost care and attention to every detail that's important to you. Jones Funeral Home and Cremation Services, our family serving yours for 4 generations.
Tom Burley, Ryan Morgan getting set for Sharando and Brentsville. So you get James Wood on the brain. You know, they're playing tonight. Hanley's playing tonight. Everybody's playing tonight. And if I seem a little distracted to everybody, well, wife and I kind of did a thing last weekend. Yeah, we took the youngest to college. And girl dad's not handling it well. Not even a weekend.
Right, yeah, I bet. I've got an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old daughter, and I'm not looking forward to those days, so keep them far away from me.
They'll be here like tomorrow.
I'm not looking forward to that. Don't tell me that.
It goes by in we're literally moving in the fridge on the last day before we head out into her suite, and just what a great group. Roommate, suite mates, just awesome experience for her and getting acclimated. First week of classes are now over where she's going to school. But what was amazing is we're moving this thing in, and she's like, "Okay, thanks, bye, see ya."
Uh-oh. Oh, man.
That was the night before we left. And then the next morning when we left, there were emotions.
Right, I bet.
But it hadn't set in till the ride home.
Yeah. Well, that's exciting, though, for her. That's a big moment in a teenager's life, so good for her.
Yeah, I called the best man of my wedding. I said, best friend of my life. I said, dude, you didn't get me ready. He said, you think you're worried. I'm handing off my daughter's hand in marriage end of October.
Oh, geez.
So we're counseling each other. We're the shoulders to cry on.
That's good. Yeah, you got some support.
Brentsville will receive this opening kickoff. They'll move offensively left to right here on 105.5 Wink FM. Just a gorgeous night. Sun setting back to our left. And Sharando teeing the football up at their own 40-yard line. Benjamin Smith, the 6'3", 215-pound senior, teeing it up at the 40-yard line. Back deep to return, Blake Fletcher and Tyler Owens. 2023 football season is underway with a high, short kick. Return near sideline 30, 35, 40, and blasted into the Sharando sideline is Trent Hayes at about the 45. Let's see where they mark this thing. 43-yard line?
Yeah, it looks like the 40 minus 43. Yeah, they tried a little pooch kick. They might be trying to keep it away from Tyler Owens deep. He's a pretty good receiver with some speed, so try to catch him off guard there a little bit. But Brentsville gets some good field position at the 43-yard line.
Tigers deploy with twins right, single wide to the left. They've got a back flexed off the left side. And they'll go from the pistol with a sidecar left. Man in motion going right to left. Jet sweep motion going left to the 45. And down at the 47-yard line is Tyler Owens, the 5'10 junior wideout. He'll pick up a short 3.5 on first down, bring up second down at 7.
Gain of 5. Second down at the 48.
Mark it down at the 48-yard line. Now they move the down marker ahead 2 more yards. He did gain 5 yards on first down.
That's a good spot.
Hand off the right side, midfield, and into Sharando territory at the 49-yard line.
Takes the ball across midfield.
Yeah, Brentsville
2 snaps, 2 handoffs.
Brentsville likes to run the ball. They can get after it. They've got a good-sized offensive line, and they got a couple good runners, quarterback and the running back. We haven't seen the quarterback run it yet, but I'm sure he will.
Nico Orlando on that second down carry, bringing up third down about 1.5 yards. Trips right, single wide left. Pistol look now. They'll kick the slot man in motion right to left. He settles behind the right tackle. High snap, handoff right side, and a stutter step to the 45. And tackle near the 41-yard line is Nico Orlando. That's enough to move the sticks.
Yeah, Orlando is a good downhill hard runner last year, so he's able to get after it on the ground.
Hunter Ratchford in the middle of that Sharando defensive line. Bunch trips into the near side right. Snap is back and the handoff. Orlando is spun around and dropped.
Yeah.
Caleb Nowlin dropped for a loss of a couple. Second down and 12.
He's a big returning player for Sharando. Brentsville put the formation into the boundary, tried to give them some space to the wide side of the field, but luckily for Sharando, they had a good player there to wrap him up in the backfield.
Caleb Alexander in the gun. Trips left, single wide to the right. Throw to the far side left, complete and dropped immediately. Trent Hayes on the catch and no gain.
Yeah, Sharando had some nice pursuit to the screen out to the left side of the field. Had some nice open field tackling as well.
Another third down. They'll spread it out this time. Trips down near the numbers. Single wide to the top. Alexander, sidecar to his right, takes a belt-high snap, rolls right, looks, still looking, under pressure, sidesteps a man, into the near sideline, he throws, tipped twice, and almost picked off. It goes incomplete at the 30-yard line. Great pursuit by the Sharando defense.
Yeah, Brentsville put three receivers to the wide side of the field, and they sprinted out to it. They ran a little flood concept with a couple outs and then a deep route, but Brentsville receivers have to work to get open once the quarterback starts scrambling. So nice play by Sharando to force him into what looks like is going to be a punt.
So punting situation. Wyatt Vandehar to punt it away. Two deep backs for Sharando. Ruiz to the far side. And both return men let it bounce in between them at the 3-yard line. It goes at the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Sharando, little 3+ down and out type deal. That extra first down in there, right? But they basically forced a 3 and out.
Right, yeah. They got one first down in there, and then they sort of clamped down on defense. So Coach Rohrbaugh does a really good job of preparing his teams defensively. So I think Sharando's come in here with a good plan.
Twins left, single wide to the right. Handoff in traffic by Micah Carlson. And it's Christian Ruiz, the 5'9", 180-pound senior off the right side. And he is stopped for a half-yard loss, brings up second down and 11.
We're going with some tempo here.
Carlson again, sidecar left, takes the chest-high snap, keeps it this time on the fake to Ruiz, 20. Ran into a tackler at the 25, slipped the tackle and out across the 30, very close to a first down for Sharando.
Well, Carlson runs the ball pretty well. They're really going with some tempo, trying to go fast here. Brentsville's trying to run some defensive linemen on and off the field.
And that's a first down.
So Sharando picks up their first down of the season. They'll kick a man in motion right to left in the near side slot. Carlson a toss right side. And Ruiz is pounded down after a yard, maybe 2-yard gain to bring up second down, a long 8. It's a nice power toss off the right side.
Yeah, Brentsville's they've got some athletic defensive linemen who are able to get after it. They've got at least one really good linebacker too.
Twins left inside the numbers, single wide to the right. Carlson takes the helmet high, snap pressure coming. He throws near side left. Ruiz, 30, cuts it back 35, and stoned at about the 37-yard line. So he sets up third and manageable now for Sherando, and Brentsville's got a man down at the 34-yard line. With that, we'll step away. Now he's back up, so we'll keep it right here. And we're seeing this already. A linebacker and a defensive lineman are down to a knee.
And he's a good player too. That's one of their better defensive players. Looks like he's in some pain there, so hopefully they can get him straightened out and back on the field.
Yeah, it's Langston White, and that left shoulder is dipped.
Yeah, you hate to see that so early, on the second drive of the season.
3rd down and 3.
So now 3rd and long 3. Twins right, single wide left. They get a flex back off the right side of the line. Carlson with a back to his right. They were coming across the line, and indeed, defensive offsides is the call. A free 5 moves the chains.
Change up the snap count. Got a couple Tigers to jump offside, so now they get a free first down.
Second first down of the drive. Trips right now as they invert the formation. Single wide left. Carlson in the gun. Takes the helmet high snap. He'll keep it coming left, and he's swarmed under and dropped. Quickly to the football. Maxwell Lapesa.
He was there in a hurry. It was a nice read. Tried to run a sweep with the quarterback to the boundary, and didn't block the play side linebacker. So somebody, when it comes to film, is going to get a talking to.
So now single wide to the right. That's Aiden Leach. Twins near side left. Carlson now moves Ruiz left to his right. Slotman in motion left to right. Takes a snap, toss right. Ruiz tried to spin and got swarmed under and dropped by Tyler Owens. Another negative play for Sherando. They're faced now with 3rd and roughly 15.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Brentsville. Sherando tried for the second time to run that power sweep, and both times it's gotten negative yardage for them, so they're going to have to figure out whether to keep running that play or not.
4 wide gun set. Carlson stepping up and destroyed. The ball came out. And he's saying his arm was coming forward. The official says it's 4th down, which means Sherando recovered that fumble. So it's a sack and a fumble for the Brentsville defense. Ryan, they got home quickly.
Yeah, Sherando's got some new guys coming off. They're shuffling some guys around on the offensive line, and then Brentsville, they came after him on that on 3rd and long and got home. It's one of the things early in the season you can mix up the offensive line a little bit with some blitzes because they haven't quite learned how to communicate just yet.
Carlson to punt, his own 17-yard line. Very strong snap. End over end punt will land in Brentsville territory, take a Sherando roll, and be touched down at the 32-yard line. And with that, we'll step out for a quick 30-second timeout on the high school football game of the week on 105.5 Wink FM. So each team's had football once tonight between Sherando and Brentsville. Brentsville takes over their own 32-yard line going left to right. Todd Barley, Ryan Morgan with you here on 105.5 Wink FM. Elsewhere, Clark County leading Rock Ridge 7-14 to go in the first. 14-0 Eagles.
Clark County's back at it again, putting up points on the board.
Alexander, split backs behind him on a 1st and 10 call from his own 32. Takes a helmet high snap, rolls right on the keeper. It's an option to the boundary to the near side. And out of bounds at the 40-yard line, a very late pitch to Blake Fletcher.
Brentsville's kind of been doing some of the same things for the past couple of years, but they put 2 backs behind the quarterback that time and ran some triple option, which is kind of a new look for them, something that they don't do a whole lot, but might as well do it with who they have on offense.
And to the short side as well.
Right. Yeah, they must see something that they feel like they can attack.
Gain of 8 makes it 2nd down and 2, and they are going to have Nico Orlando sub out to the far side. I believe he's got blood on the left wrist or forearm. He's replaced by Tyler Owens. So he heads over to the training staff. Four and a half to go, scoreless in the first. Single wides each way, unbalanced line left. Chest high snap, and the handoff goes to Owens, trying to weave his way into traffic, 40 and down at the 44-yard line. Gain of nearly 4, moves the chains, picks up a first down for Brentsville.
Yeah, nice little run there. Owens is a shifty runner. He usually plays slot receiver. Probably their quickest receiver, but one thing you worry about there is the quarterback running back exchange when if he's not used to taking those handoffs in the backfield.
In that first series, he had that long jet sweep handoff, so that mesh point took forever.
Right, yep. Coming from behind the quarterback, it's a little bit different deal.
Single wides each way. Backs either side of Alexander, hands it off left side to the re-entered Nico Orlando. He got popped and dropped across the 45-yard line, a very short gain. Brings up a 2nd down. We'll call it a long 6 after a difficult run of 4 yards.
Yeah, Sharando is ready to hit. They're ready to play tonight.
They'll bring the receiver on the bottom of the formation inside the numbers. Single receiver to the top is right on the numbers. Handoff again, this time left side into Sharando territory. 45 down at the 40, making the 39-yard line. Blake Fletcher just stayed very, very low at 5'10", 190 and was ducking under tacklers.
Yeah, he made a nice little move at the line of scrimmage, and Brentsville seems to have found something that they kind of like with this triple option look.
And off the right side, that's going to get stacked up almost immediately on the carry by Blake Fletcher as he goes back-to-back carries.
It'll be interesting to see when they get the quarterback involved in the run game and have him run some keepers, because he's one of the more dangerous athletes out there, if not the most dangerous.
Single wides each way, plus territory now for Brentsville. And cutting back left to right inside the 35-yard line is Nico Orlando. It's going to bring up a 3rd down. We'll call it a short 3.5. First down marker just inside the Sharando 30-yard line.
That's the 2nd time this drive they've run a little buck sweep to Brentsville's left. So we'll see if they stay with that play and with that formation, or are they trying to set something up, maybe a play-action pass.
Single wides each way. Shotgun for Alexander. Split backs either side, and we get a flag down. Procedure against Brentsville.
That makes it tough, because this is going to be 3rd and long, which you think either passing downfield or throwing a screen. It's tough to throw screens against Sharando. They run pretty well, and they've had a hard time protecting the quarterback too when he's dropped back to pass. So this is a tough position to be in.
3rd down, a long 8. They'll drop Owens down in between the hash marks on the numbers near side of the right. Single wide to the top. Hayden Lefevre out here on the island at the 30-yard line.
This might be 2-down territory.
Alexander in the gun, backs to each side. It's a design quarterback keeper. He's got the 35-yard line and no further. But I think they're thinking what you're thinking. That's a lot of thinking going on right there.
Yes, they got about 6 yards to go. It's 4th down, but they're inside the 40-yard line, the Sharando 40. So Do they want to punt at this point?
Stopped at about the 36.
They punted earlier, and the ball went into the end zone, so it went from
35. It's going to be fourth down.
they only got about 20 yards on the punt.
6 yards to go for Brentsville.
Well, the skill guys for Brentsville are hovering on the numbers along the far side with less than 40 seconds to go in this scoreless first quarter. Will they hustle and snap a play near the end of the quarter? Sharando's going to make a late defensive change along their defensive front. Trips right, single wide left. Alexander in the gun, sidecar left. Hard barking, clapping his hands, takes a helmet high snap, almost fumbled. Pressure comes, fires it left, incomplete. Turnover on downs. That was doomed from the start on the high snap.
Right, that really messes with the timing. You could see he was kind of unsure. Tried to get the ball to the single receiver, but timing was just thrown off. Good snap there. He might have been able to complete that for the first down.
Just a quick out route to the flat, just beyond the sticks.
Right. Yeah, it was there.
So the turnover on downs comes with 13.1 to go. Scoreless in the first. Sharando gets the ball back, moving right to left. In the gun, Carlson. Sidecar to his right. Hard count again. They jumped again. There's the flag, finally. And a free 5 makes it 1st and 5 on the 40-yard line.
Ball at the 40. First down and 5.
How about the Sharando helmet?
Yeah, got some new helmets, got a new look. There's a little more white on there than normal. Anytime you make a uniform change, kids get a little bit excited.
Twins left. It's going to be Carlson on the keeper. A gaping hold to the 40, 45, and drop near the 49-yard line. And with 7.1 to go in the first, he'll move the chains, the gain of nearly 15.
Yeah, nice run on the quarterback keeper. Got a little bit of misdirection.
They will not get another play off before the horn sounds, ending the first quarter, which remains scoreless between Brentsville and Sharando. Here in the season opener for both teams on 105.5 Wink FM. We're back with the second quarter after this timeout. More like an Orioles or Nats game with the scoreless tie after one, right?
This is a bit of a defensive battle, which I kind of expect. Brentsville's got a good offense, but Sharando's really well coached on defense and athletic. And then Sharando's working out some things on offense with some inexperience. They lost a lot of guys from last year, so it'll be interesting as both teams try to feel it out.
They switch sides of the field, so now Sharando with the sun at their back will go left to right here in the second. 1st and 10, their own 49-yard line. Did Brentsville jump? They got back. No contact made in the neutral zone. So it's trips right, single wide left. Carlson with the sidecar to his right. As he calls for the ball in the gun. Takes a snap. Looking. Screen. And it's dropped by Ruiz at the 45-yard line. And it looked like Brentsville was all over it.
Yeah, the defensive end made a nice play. He was kind of in the path, and Sharando was kind of running a double screen, one of the running back to the left and one of the wide receiver to the right. And the quarterback tried to fit it in to Ruiz on the left side, but he was covered pretty well.
Twins left, single wide to the right. They've got a flex off this near side of the right. High snap to Carlson, toss to Ruiz. He made a man miss, 50, and dumped near the 46-yard line.
Yeah,
So it's a gain of 6.
Yeah, nice play there. That they'd been running that toss a little bit earlier and didn't gain much off of it, but that time they gained 5 or 6 yards. Worked out for him. But Langston White, he was the one with the hurt shoulder. He laid a big lick there. He's a tough kid.
Twins left, single wide to the right. Brentsville again licking their chops on 3rd down and 5 from the 45-yard line. Takes a snap, does Carlson climb in the pocket. He is hit from behind. And he gets sandwiched by James Vaughn and Langston White. They got just enough. And he's down in plus territory about the 48-yard line.
Yeah, Langston White getting after it again in the backfield. He's a really good player, plays outside linebacker for them. Looks like they're going with kind of an empty backfield here. Wonder if it might be a quick pooch kick. Yep.
Indeed it is, and he got away a howitzer of a punt, and it lands 2 yards deep in the end zone.
Carlson's punt goes into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, that's line of scrimmage was the 48. That's a 48-yard punt for a high schooler. That's pretty dang impressive.
Yeah, and that was free and easy, right? Like Aroldis Chapman back in the day, 101, 102, free and easy. That was free and easy.
Right, yeah. That was a nice, easy swing on his leg. So, man, that was impressive. He might have a future as a punter, if not a quarterback.
So Brentsville will take over after the touchback with 10:37 to go, second quarter. And I believe they were just penalized. I believe he said illegal substitution. Oh, check that, personal foul.
Half the distance to the goal, they will
I didn't see the call with the hands in front. I saw the hands behind him.
Yeah, that was
first down from their own 10.
As he made that call. So Alexander operates 1st and 10, his own 10-yard line. And literally in the shadow of his own goalpost because the shadows are being cast that way. Trips right, single wide left. He's got a sidecar to his left, looking right the whole way. Zips it far side right, complete. And a great open field tackle made near the 20-yard line as Tyler Owens made a fine catch, but he had open territory in front of him.
Yeah, if he could have broken that tackle, he might have taken it to the house. But that was a nice tackle. Tucker Lefevre made that tackle from the safety position. But that gives Brentsville some breathing room out to about where they would have started with the touchback initially.
They needed 10. It was a catch and run of 11. Handoff off the right side and plowing his way off that right side, I believe. This is Nico Orlando, the 190-pound senior running back. He'll gain a short 4 to bring up 2nd down, a long 6.
Yeah, nice run on power. Brentsville likes to run power.
Trips left again, single wide to the right. Alexander with a back to his left, takes a helmet high snap, rolls left, pressure coming. He steps to the 15, fades away on the throw, and it's incomplete into the near sideline. Intended for Langston White. Brings up 3rd down now and a long 7.
Yeah, that's a nice play by Sharando's defense. Brentsville tried to roll out to the left. And it's tough for a right-handed quarterback to roll out to the left. They ran a little flood route, but didn't have any success.
Trips left, single wide to the right. Shotgun for Alexander, sidecar to his left. Takes a chest-high snap, loads it up deep, right side. And an over-the-shoulder catch made in Sharando territory, or was it? The right foot was out of bounds. Nearly perfectly thrown ball intended for, I believe, Brady Hamilton.
Yeah, that was a really nice catch. They had a one-on-one opportunity to the Brentsville sideline, but just took him a half step out of bounds, it looked like. So that's tough. A nice ball and a really nice catch over the shoulder.
Nearly perfectly placed, right? Where only his guy can go get it.
Yeah, that was a nice ball.
So now punting situation, 4th and 7, their own 24, punting into the sun. Sharando's return team is now positioned near their 45-yard line. A wobbling snap came back. We've got whistles and a stoppage before the punt snap came back for Vandahar to punt it away. They're sending him off to the far side. And now I believe Brentsville's going to take a timeout. They will. We'll step out with them. Scoreless with 9:25 to go between Brentsville and Sharando here on 105.5 Wink FM.
We are looking to give away a free pizza if you turn your game program to page 7. And if you have a signature from Rachel Lovelace, you have won a free pizza from Anthony's. Please come to the press box and receive your gift certificate.
Well, that time Brentsville opted for the 30-second timeout as opposed to the full that we get in basketball.
Vanderhaar punt formation.
Vanderhaar's on to punt it away. His heels are on his own 10-yard line. That's really where the drive started. At the 10-yard line, they only got to the 24.
Yeah, Sharando did a nice job stopping them after about 14 yards on that drive.
It's a slow snap, and it's a wobbling punt that will bound and take a Sharando bounce into plus territory and be touchdown at the 48-yard line.
The ball down inside Brentsville territory.
Yeah, decent punt, but this is the first time that either team has started in the opponent's territory. So this is a good opportunity for Sharando to get some points on the board.
Warriors will take over. First down at the Tigers' 48.
So Sharando going left to right here in the second. 9:17 remaining in it. In a scoreless game. Get you back to the James Wood game here just a moment. For those on News Talk 1400. Handoff to Ruiz, spun around at midfield, has the 45, got a block to the 40. Near sideline 35-30, and bounced out of bounds near the 25-yard line. A run of nearly 23.
Yeah, really nice run by Ruiz. First time he's really gotten in the open field. Showed some nice moves out in the open field, some good speed. Gained about 24 yards.
Carlson wants to go tempo. He's got Ruiz again to his right. Everybody bunched to the right, single wide left. Carlson on the keeper, 2 flags down as Carlson turns right at the 20 and got stopped.
I think we're going to get a hold in the backfield.
Sure enough, that's the call.
It's a good play call. Get Brentsville on their heels a little bit and then just snap the ball to the quarterback and let him run. But had a Sharando offensive lineman just get his hands wrapped around a defensive lineman a little too much. Pulled a defensive lineman to the ground. That's going to get some looks on from the officials.
At the 34.
Trips left, single wide to the right. Shotgun for Carlson. Blitz comes, throws the screen to Ruiz, and he's dumped at the 36-yard line.
Orlando in on the stop after the.
How about this conversion between James Vaughn and Micah Carlson? It almost seemed like Carlson, who was getting wrapped up, delivered more of the blow.
Yeah, he looks like he's gotten bigger and stronger this offseason. So he's taken a little more load running the ball, I think, this year. I mean, he ran a fair amount last year, but he's just grown into it.
2nd and 22 from the 36. Thrown across the middle and complete inside the 30 at the 29-yard line. That's a nice catch in traffic by James Walters.
Yeah, he was pretty well covered. It was a good placement by the quarterback, Carlson, to put it away from the defender. Didn't give him a chance to run after the catch, but that's the only place he could fit it in.
So now 3rd and 15 from the 29, going left to right. Less than 8 to go in the first half in this scoreless tie. Trips now along the near side right, single wide left. Ruiz to the right of Carlson, who's in the gun. Takes a helmet high snap, whistles, and a timeout. Sherando will step out as well. Scoreless with 7:40 to go between Brentsville and Sherando here on 105.5 Wink FM.
Becoming a Warrior Club member, please contact Ken Williams. Her information is available on the Sherando Sports website. In addition, please see Megan DiVittorio for the Warrior Brick Club program. Every brick sold is another piece added to the slab by our Warrior statue. The goal is to fill that and make a path all the way to the track. 4x8 bricks are sold for $50 and 8x8 bricks for $100. Don't forget to come out and support the boy and girls cross-country teams tomorrow in their invitational versus Central High School in Woodstock. The junior varsity 10 football team takes on Jefferson High School Monday at 6 o'clock at Jefferson.
Third and 15 for Sherando from the 29-yard line of Brentsville. Handoff Ruiz. He's got the 25, the 20, and spilled at the 19-yard line. So they needed 15. Coach, he got 10 of the 15 and sets up now a 4th down and manageable 5 yards.
Yeah, ideally on that 3rd down, you want to get about half the yardage, and he got more. They got the defense to jump. They might get a 1st down here.
And indeed, that indication is offsides. It's very close to a 1st down, and indeed they'll move the sticks on the far side.
Yeah, so they get 10 yards, then they get a free 5, and that takes care of the 3rd and 15. So good job by Sherando there.
And that's a 1st down.
So now it's 1st and 10 inside the 15-yard line. Everybody in tight. Ruiz off the right side inside the 15 and down near the 12. So a gain of roughly 2. Brings up 2nd down, roughly 8. We're under 7 minutes to go. Scoreless in the first half. Direct snap to Ruiz, pushing his way toward the 10-yard line. Another short gain brings up 3rd down, as a personnel change will be made for Sherando. Here comes Brady Hamilton in.
Yeah, they ran a couple plays in the single wing. Sherando's done that for years, running the single wing when it gets down to the goal line or short yardage.
Carlson with a sidecar right, twins each way. Throws it to Ruiz, has blockers in front. Cut it to the 10, the 5, and he is chopped down just shy of the 5 at the 6-yard line.
Yeah.
Now he's about a yard and a half, maybe 2 shy of a 1st down. And I believe it's 4th down. Indeed, they have changed the down marker on that far side.
Yeah, got a little swing screen there to Ruiz.
And about 1.5.
You think he's going to hard count here? Just asking.
And he could try to hard count. If it were me, I'd try to run the quarterback here. Get it to your best athlete.
He calls for the ball. He got him to jump again.
Yep.
They were bringing a blitz right up the middle, and I believe it was Nico Orlando, the linebacker, who made contact. They'll split the difference to the goal line, and now it's 1st and goal from a yard, maybe a yard and a half away. Wow.
Now they're going back to the single wing. Going to try to put some points here on the board.
Ruiz gets the direct snap, takes it right, looking for a block, and he's spun down for a half-yard loss.
He tried to bounce that out wide, and he doesn't have many blockers out there, so that's tough. Probably could have slammed it up in there and maybe gotten across the goal line, but they'll probably go back to it and just try to power it in.
Well, and Brentsville did a nice job pursuing the football.
They did.
James Walters in there as the lead back. He's to Ruiz's right. And now we got a whistle, and this is most likely procedure against the offense, or is it encroachment again? They called him for offsides again.
Yep. Brentsville's just kind of bleeding yards, almost getting them to the goal line on their own.
So they'll nose it forward toward the goal line.
Looks like it's about the 6-inch line.
And I think Brentsville's taking a timeout. They will. We'll step out for a brief one as well. Tell you about a brand new program here on 105.5 Wink FM. That's my guy TJ right there. Catch him Sunday mornings. We got another one. Don't worry. We know the guys are listening in the home studio, and they got the radios cranked up. We got another one. That's later for the second half. Don't worry. Don't worry. Got you covered. Second and goal from about a foot away for Sharando, going left to right, trying to break this scoreless tie with less than 5 to go in the opening half.
Yeah, Sharando seems to be going hard. They got some momentum. Seems like they want to keep that tempo going so they can punch in the end zone here. It seems like they got a little fire under their butts.
Ruiz out of that single wing to the left. Calls the ball, takes a high snap, runs it right, dives for the goal line. He's in. Touchdown, Sharando. He just did stretch the nose across the goal line for the touchdown.
A really nice play. It's a little dangerous to stick the ball out there, but he was confident enough. Got it with both hands over the goal line there. That's a really nice job of knowing where he is on the field.
Fireworks going off to the end zone to our right. Now a point after for Sharando. Snap is into the holder, had to correct it, got it down, the kick is on the way, and it's good. 4:51 to go now in the second quarter, and Sharando leads Brentsville 7-0 on 105.5 Wink FM.
Halftime score, Warren County 10, James Wood 7. Smith to kick off. Deep to receive for Brentsville. Tyler Owen and Fletcher.
Indeed, Winchester Discount Audio. With Sharando up 7-0, Smith's kick is 3 yards deep into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, nice kick. Got the wind a little bit. The wind's not blowing super hard, but got it in the end zone. A little different attack. Let me just say, too, on that extra point, I didn't catch the number of the holder, but that ball was snapped behind the holder, and he was able to reach back and grab that ball and get it down on the block. So that was a really nice play by the holder. So they got those 7 points.
I believe it's Jake Dan. I'll stand corrected if I'm wrong. Don't tell my wife. 4:51 to go in the opening half. 7-0. Sharando leading Brentsville. Tigers now moving right to left. Alexander at the helm. The sidecar to his right. Twins left, single wide to the right. Takes a snap, hands it off right up the middle. 20, maybe the 21, maybe the 22-yard line as they try to probe the interior defensive line of Sharando in a very short gain for Nico Orlando.
Yeah, Brentsville ran a little counter there, which is kind of their bread and butter, but they're not having a whole lot of success Number 74 for Sherando playing nose tackle, Hunter Ratchford, 295 pounds. He's hard to move.
Trips right, single wide left. Alexander takes a helmet high snap. Pocket breaking down. He rolls near side left. He's got room. 15, 20, 25. Trying to hurdle the tackler and slides down at the 30. Just shy of a first down. It depends upon this spot, and it will be a first down.
Yeah, he's
He brought the ball with him in that slide, by the way.
Gain is good for a first down for Brentsville.
Yeah,
Ball at the 30.
That's where he's best is on the move. So we'll see if they use that a little bit more.
He goes hard count. Sherando wasn't biting. Single wide left, trips to the top side right. Alexander calling for the ball now. Takes the shoulder high snap. Rolls right with a personal protector in front. He wanted the seam route up that right side. It was intended for Eli Beckman. It goes incomplete. Kind of meandering route, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're not real crisp on their routes right now. Might just be one of those things early in the season, but they're not getting a whole lot of separation. And credit to Sherando for some good coverage.
We had that pocket breaking down. They're trying to find each other. But now Alexander facing a second down and 10, his own 30. Trailing 7-0 with 3:40 to go. First half, ball popped in and out of his hands. He recovers, goes right, and fires it into the far sideline, incomplete. That preserves the possession. Now moves it to 3rd and 10.
Yeah, really nice job by the quarterback. High snap. Caught it off the bounce, turned around, and got rid of it out of bounds.
Well, we definitely have a Noah Smith fan in the house, and the sign to prove it. Oh, these kids. 3:35 to go in the half. 7-0. Sherando with the lead. Twins right, Twins left. Shotgun for Alexander. Pocket holds up. He zips it right side into the seam, complete for a first down.
Really?
Great ball, great catch, and hauling it in on the back end was Wyatt Vanderhaar for a first down.
Yeah, really nice play, really nice catch in traffic there. Was one tackle away from maybe taking it to the house.
Trips right, single wide left. As the chain gang moves it, sets it down at the Sherando 38-yard line with 3:20 to go here in this opening half. Alexander on a design keeper following his blocker Orlando off that right side. And maybe a half-yard loss. Oh, here comes the laundry. Maybe tacking on more at the end. We'll have to wait and see. That was thrown by the lead official, by the way, who was trailing the play. Dead ball, personal foul, Sherando.
Extra 15 on top there. Well, now Brentsville's moving the ball a little bit.
Well, that's 3 false starts combined right there, that amount of yardage.
Right, yeah. Early on, quite a few penalties in this game so far. Working out some jitters.
Alexander in the gun, trips right, single wide left, and that high snap again disrupts the start of the play, and it'll be no gain. In fact, a loss of a yard to the 25.
Well, that's the 3rd high snap so far this game, and it really throws off your timing in the backfield. Even in the run game, whether it's a run or a pass, it's just hard to get things going right when you can't trust the snap.
Hamley leads 21-7 at Musselman, the end of the first quarter. Last time we checked, 7-7. James Wood and Warren County deadlocked in the opening half. Clark County up 21-7 over Rock Ridge. Opening week of high school football. Trips left, single wide to the right. Snap came back. It's still on the turf. Picked up by Alexander. Runs right to the 25. Sidesteps a tackle. 25, 20, 15 to the 10. And he shoved out of bounds near the 5-yard line.
You have to wonder if they did that on purpose. It got a low snap all of a sudden. That's a nice run by Caleb Alexander.
Gain of nearly 21 yards. Sets up 1st and goal for Brentsville as they try to tie.
Well, the ball kind of rolled back to him on the ground, and Sharando's defensive linemen were rushing the passer, got past him. He picked up the ball in front of him and took off.
Alexander in the gun, Orlando to his right, Fletcher to his left.
Looks like they might be going back to some of that triple option that they ran earlier and had some success with.
Single wides each way, another high snap, handoff right side Orlando, cuts it right to left, inside the 5, the 3, the 2, the 1, he's in. Touchdown, Brentsville, and now we're 1 point away from being tied with 2 minutes to go in the first half. It's now 7-6 Sharando.
Some help from penalties there, but that's an 80-yard drive in just a couple minutes. It was a nice drive by Brentsville.
Vanderhaar on for the point after.
Wyatt Vanderhaar.
The holder's clapping his hands, takes a helmet-high snap, and the kick is good. 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Deadlocked at 7 between Sharando and Brentsville. Here on 105.5 Wink FM. Why wait to the second half? Let's tell you about another new show.
Don't forget, fans, if you visit the school website, you can purchase game tickets online. The gate is not accepting cash for game
If you've not checked out the American Music Experience, you're missing something, man. They got interviews from people all over the globe. The most eclectic music playlist that you'll ever hear.
Awesome. I like me some eclectic music.
And you never know what you're going to get. Next song, the next song, the next song.
Yeah. Keeps you guessing.
Yeah. And then those two guys bantering back and forth. Look out. I mean, the stories just. Brand new ball game, deadlocked at 7. Late stages opening half. Sun's starting to fade away. The temperature is subsiding as well after it felt like the surface of the sun at the kickoff tonight. From the 2-yard line, near side 10, 15, 20. Ruiz had a steam to the 30, 40, got a block, and he's out of bounds into the near sideline. Where's the lead official on this going to spot this thing? He's going to get the football near midfield, but I think he's coming back through the 46-yard line.
Good return. That ball was fielded at the 1-yard line.
Oh, they bring it all the way back to the 40. The chain gang's even moving back to like the 36. What?
Wow. I guess he must have stepped out of bounds earlier than it looked like.
Everybody kept their hats on the officiating crew, so nobody threw a hat to mark it. I don't know if we saw a beanbag. That normally indicates the ball came free, which it didn't. Just a lot of traffic along that sideline.
Yeah.
Vertical twins each side. One on the hash on the top side left. Outside the numbers, near side of the right.
Yeah, first time they've shown this formation so far.
Carlson in the gun, sidecar to his left. Takes a snap, his own 35-yard line. He'll keep it. 40, and got upended near the 43-yard line.
Yeah, they run some misdirection, run the running back across, and then they're pulling a lineman to the left to trap for the quarterback. Gets those defensive linemen running upfield, and they're pretty easy to trap.
Micah Tredinick came down from his defensive back spot to make that tackle. Second down short. Great catch, or was it? They say it hit the turf first. Intended for Lucas Kincaid. It brings up a third down. And 3 from the 42-yard line of Sharando going left to right. 84 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, it was a little out route. It was open, but throw was a little bit low. But this is manageable third down.
Again, the vertical twins each side. Carlson takes the snap, surveys the situation, had a block for a moment, and didn't. He got submarined right at the line of scrimmage. So now a fourth down situation, and with 73 seconds and the clock rolling here, late stages of the opening half, do you just let it roll out? Take the timeout, punt it away?
Well, it doesn't look like that's what they're going to do. It looks like they're going to go for it.
Now under a minute to go in the half. Twins each way. It's vertical twins near side of the right, horizontal twins far side left. For those that don't see the formation, they're side by side, and now they split the vertical twins near side right and go horizontal. Sidecar to the right of Carlson, and indeed a timeout taken with 39 seconds to go in the half by Sharando. We'll keep it right here. We've got a very busy weekend next weekend. Todd, what do you mean? Well, it's the kickoff of local college football right here on 105.5 Wink FM, the new home of the Shenandoah Hornets, as the Hive comes alive next Saturday against Methodist for a 1 p.m. kickoff.
Awesome. It's about time for college football to get started again. I've been itching for it.
We'll also bring you UVA and Tennessee on News Talk 1400 in the 10 a.m. window with pregame starting there, and then Tech kicks off at home against Old Dominion under the lights.
Blacksburg under the lights it seems like a fun place to be.
Something about a song and Enter Sandman or
something like that, yeah. I think I heard that song once or twice.
James Wood has now reclaimed the lead. They now lead 14-10 over Warren County after Warren County took the 10-7 lead. So on 4th down and 2 from their own 44, Sharando comes to the line.
This is Sharando's pooch kick, pooch punt look, but they run in the quarterback.
He'll keep it and get blasted down, a 2-yard loss back to the 41-yard line. And with 33.7 seconds to go in the half, Brentsville gets the ball back in plus territory.
Yeah, you wonder if the coaches gave him a chance to choose if he saw what he liked, take off and run, but he took off and ran, didn't quite get it. Gives Brentsville some good field position, but with only 33.7 seconds left.
Well, and credit to Brentsville disguising the defense to close that gap. Trips right, single wide left. Alexander in the gun, sidecar to his right.
Last drive, they did a good job of throwing the ball.
Climbing the pocket with pressure coming. Sidesteps near side and out of bounds into the Sharando sideline near the 38-yard line. Give him 4, bring up 2nd down and 6. He preserves 27 seconds on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, that was good heady play by him. Time is key right here, so maybe if they can get a couple penalties to their advantage, and they might be able to put 3 or 6 points on the board.
4 wide gun set. Alexander with a sidecar to the right. Takes a strong snap back, zips it into the near sideline, complete. Shy of a first down. His favorite target tonight's been Tyler Owens. That brings up 3rd down. We'll call it a long 3 at the 35-yard line.
Just a quick little out route, trying to get him out of bounds. One thing defenses start to do is start to play outside leverage with the cornerbacks to try to keep the offensive players in the field of play and run down that clock.
3rd and 2 at the 34. Clock started. 18, 17, 16. Trips right, single wide left. Snap is over the head of Alexander. He goes to cover it up. He got knocked off the ball. The ball is still free. And now the official comes in, blows it dead. And I believe it's Brentsville ball all the way back to the 45-yard line. And that's the Brentsville 45-yard line with 7.5 seconds to go. Now, are they going to call an illegal bat on this? Or is it Sharando ball? Well, the officials say this is a perfect time for a heat acclimation timeout, and I believe Brentsville took the timeout.
Yeah, it looked like Brentsville jumped on it, but now they want to take a timeout before they run this next play. But they lost about 21 yards on that snap.
Second high snap that's been over his head tonight that he's had to go back and get.
Yeah, and really it's probably the sixth bad snap overall. One was low, and then a couple he had to go up and kind of juggle to get down. So that is a problem. Earlier in the season, teams, that's not uncommon for teams to be figuring out their snaps. You know, might shuffle linemen or just practice more or whatever, but I'm sure they'll get it figured out.
It's about that time for station ID. Well, thank you very kindly. They just sound great, don't they?
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Single wide to the right, trips left. Alexander on 4th and 23, his own 45, loads it up. Right side, it's a wobbling throw, and it's picked off. On the return to the 20, 25, 30, out of a tackle 35, 40, 45, midfield, back into Brentsville territory, and down near the 44-yard line as time expires. In the opening half, it was intended for Tyler Owens.
Yeah, they kind of tried for a one-on-one, but Sharando had a couple guys back deep, so it was going to be a tough throw to make happen.
Sharando with the interception and return. It doesn't go for points, but it keeps Brentsville off the board late in the second quarter. At the half, 7-7. And we've got a great halftime show coming up for you. We're going to dip in and listen to a little bit of the Sharando marching band during this time as well. We've got Jason Barb lined up. He had a conversation with Josh Kirby earlier. We've got huge thank yous coming up in the second half of our halftime show. It's the first of the 2023 football season. We'll also pass along the scores as our evening rolls along. We've reached the end of the opening half. Brentsville and Sharando deadlocked at 7. Here on the high school football game of the week on 105.5 Wink FM.
Get your attention, please. It's time for the winning number on the 50-50 raffle. Please get your 50-50 tickets out now. Tonight's winner is worth $332 for the winning ticket. The winning number is 0720933. Tonight's winning 50-50 raffle ticket number 0720933. If you have the winning ticket, please report to the press box for your $332 winning. Now taking the field for halftime performance, please welcome the 2023 Sharando High School Marching Warriors. The Marching Warriors, under the leadership of band director Joel Costner, guard instructor Kayla Wright, percussion instructor Scott Cottrell, and instructional assistant Sam Kilton. The performance program for the 2023 Marching Warriors is titled From the Ashes. This past year, the Sharando Band Department once again earned the title of Virginia Honor Band, earning this title for the 21st time in Sharando High School history.
Well, this is the perfect segue into the Sharando Marching Band, and the 2023 show is called From the Ashes, I believe is what our public address announcer just said, and let me just give you the visual on this. They are in black pants and like a fire across the top of the uniform, and then the adornment on the headgear matches the top. Drum majors have the white gloves. The front ensemble is also adorned the same way. Well, let's give this a listen a little bit, presented by our friends from Shenandoah Music.
Sharando High School, you may now take the field in exhibition.
One note before they take the field in exhibition, the color guard is in t-shirts and shorts for this exhibition performance. Once they get to competition, of course, I can't wait to see the costuming that they're going to do for this show.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I don't envy those band members though, wearing all the garb that they've got on.
as they conclude their first movement, the rest of the performance is on WinLife TV. We'll check in with Jason Barb, who sat down with Josh Kirby earlier to talk about the new alignment in the region.
Let's have another round of applause for the Sharando Marching Warriors. Second quarter score from Inwood, Musselman 28, Hanley 21.
back to Sharando, where we're deadlocked at 7 between Brentsville and Sharando at the half. Other scores, Clark County leads at Rock Ridge 35-7. 28-21, Musselman leading handily. They are in the late stages second quarter if they've already gone to half. James Wood up 14-10 as they lead Warren County also second quarter. And here we're deadlocked at 7. One other score to pass along. Strasburg was up 6-0 with a 4.5 to go in the second quarter in their opener tonight as well. But here, 2 touchdowns. That's been the only offense. It's been a defensive struggle the entire night.
Yeah, Brentsville altogether has about 135 yards, and Sharando's at 78 yards. So really, some decent offensive outputs, but both teams are kind of feeling it out. Brentsville got some big plays there in their second to last drive. So they went 80 yards for a touchdown. But other than that, both defenses have been playing well.
So both teams have now made their way back to the field after their first halftime of the year. And when you have temperatures like this at the outset where the real feels over 100, right? You go to that locker room, it's like a sauna.
Yeah, you get 50 sweaty boys in there and a few coaches who are sweating too, and it does feel like a sauna. And really, it's hard to rehydrate in those types of situations. You just feel the sweat dripping off of you, and hopefully you get some electrolytes in you and some water, and maybe eat some fruit, get some potassium in you to keep those electrolytes going. But it's tough. It's really not a great break in there in the halftime in the locker room.
As the season progresses, late October, early November, the seasons change. We then get the ski parkas on, the multiple layers, and we're thinking back going, why were we griping when it was a real feel of 100 degrees?
Right. Well, you get both extremes during football season. That's the funny thing. You go in a couple months from being, having it be 100 degrees to then it's, 30 degrees, and you're standing shivering on the sideline, or sticking your hands in your hand warmer to try to keep it warm so you don't drop the ball. So it's that's one nice thing about football season. You feel it on both ends.
And with cross country, it's the same deal, right? You condition all summer in the oppressive heat, and then you're running in districts, regional, states in frigid temperatures.
Yeah, it's windy and cold, and yeah, it's very interesting fall sports. Fall sports, you really get the biggest swing. Of course, winter they're indoors, but in spring, it's mostly just different degrees of warmth.
Well, unless you're playing hockey outside. That's a whole other story for a whole other day, and for those that know, you know what I'm talking about with the playing hockey outside. So anyway, what's your expectation going into the second half of the first game for both these teams? You heard from Jason Barb at the half. Playing great competition now in this PowerPoint system, very similar to what Ohio has in the PowerPoints. If you're playing good teams all year long, even if you fall, it helps you in playoff positioning because you played such a quality schedule.
Right. So, in both of these teams, I think are going to have successful seasons when it comes down to it. But the second half here, neither team really found their groove, whether it was running or passing. Sharando didn't really get the downfield passing game moving at all. They got some screens a little bit to the running back who made some moves. I know they were a little bit of running back by committee, but it seems like Ruiz has kind of taken that position, at least in the first half of this first game. But I expect it to be more of a defensive struggle here in the second half. I don't expect either team to really explode. I do think Brentsville, if they want to be successful, they've got to keep it in the hands of the quarterback. I think he's their best athlete, and it's hard to get it to their receiver, Tyler Owens, who's a really good athlete, but Sharando has some good athletes to cover him in space, and he's not really getting a whole lot of separation.
So Sharando, I believe, is getting the football first in the second half.
Yeah, they should, unless Brentsville does something tricky.
They'll drop Ruiz. And Hamilton deep. Ruiz closest to us on the press box side. Big shout out to Corey Campbell doing yeoman's work tonight. Outside, he got the better deal tonight, I think, once the sun set with the breeze, he's out there. It's nice and cool. We're here in the friendly confines.
It's turned into a nice night after the sun went down. I think it's about 81 degrees or so with a little bit of a breeze. So it's a beautiful night for some football.
So Brentsville will tee it up their own 40, kicking right to left to start things here in the third quarter. And it's Wyatt Vonda here to kick this away. Short spinning end over end kick will bound inside the 20, picked up at the 15. Trying to get a block, and he does. 20, 25, 30. Near sideline 35 and taken down from behind near the 40-yard line is Brady Hamilton coming across the field from the far side to the near side. A very nice return to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, great return, showed some speed. Let the ball bounce in front of him, which you generally don't want to do, but sometimes once that ball bounces and the kickoff team feels like they might be able to pounce on it, and then they kind of get out of their lanes a little bit. So nice return there across the field.
As an outfielder, there was always the coaching staff would always tell us, play it on the hop, play it on the hop. Well, that's the outfield. That's not the 10-yard line.
But yeah, a baseball bounce is a little different than a football.
Yeah. Handoff coming near side right. Nice explosion by Ruiz across the 40 to 45-yard line. We got a flag down at the end of the play near the 46-yard line. I want to know if this official's making the call once the contact was made or the extracurricular down here at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, there was some stuff going on in the backfield. Guys getting after it a little bit.
Another baseball reference. There wasn't a disengagement down here at the 30, 35-yard line.
We're going to call the rest of the game in baseball terms.
Horse collar on the defense.
Personal foul. The call against Brentsville.
Well, you can bring him down. You just can't bring him down that way. So now to plus territory, and the 41 make it the 39-yard line of Brentsville for Sherando in the driver's seat. Moments into the third quarter in a 7-7 game. Carlson takes that snap. Ruiz explodes up the middle inside the 35 and down at the 31-yard line. That's a gain of nearly 8 on first down.
The second play in a row where Sherando seems to be kind of taking over up front a little bit. Brentsville's held up pretty well, but Sherando's got a big offensive line.
Trips tight to the near side right. Toss to Ruiz. He got spun around, ran out of a tackle, 30. Flags are down inside the 25, and he's spilled at the 20-yard line. I think this is coming back for 2 holds.
A really nice cutback by Ruiz. Had a nice little spin move, but unfortunately it looks like it's going to come back.
You know, at the Open I said Brentwood. You know where there's a Brentwood in this country? Tennessee.
Oh.
Brentwood, Tennessee.
That's not the one I was thinking of. I was thinking of the one out in California.
Okay.
But
so there's 2?
Yeah, there's at least 2.
And then the one I made up in the Open.
Yeah, right. Brentwood, Virginia.
There you go. So the official's still sorting this out. Holding is declined. The block in the back, however, is accepted. So they bring it back to the 39-yard line. So after that gain, it's negated by the penalty. Almost like a do-over. It's second down and 10 from the 39. Carlson has Ruiz to his left, throws. He's hit as he throws, and it's going to be picked off or dropped on the interception attempt at the 25-yard line. The official says it went incomplete. 2 Brentsville players came together, and the official on this near side is waving as if it was incomplete.
They're going to talk here a little bit.
Indeed, they're now overruling this near side official and saying it was an interception.
Wow.
He was definitively signaling, Coach, that there was an incompletion, that it hit the ground.
Yeah, a couple players there. You want the players to call who's got the ball. That way there's no confusion. They ran into each other. Looks like the ball might have hit the ground, but it's Brentsville ball.
So now Caleb Alexander in the pistol. Trips right, single wide left. His own 26-yard line after the interception. 1st and 10. Takes a snap. Handoff right side. A gaping hole off that right side. 35-40. Midfield into Sherando territory, and finally brought down Nico Orlando into plus territory And they'll give him the 40-yard line.
Yes.
Excuse me, the 43.
Sherando lined up with a little bit of a light box. They had a lot of defensive backs lined up over the trips. And Brentsville had them outnumbered, so I figured if they were going to run the ball there, they'd have some success, and that was a huge gain. Nice run by Orlando.
Trips right, single wide left. Handoff again to the right side. Check that. It's going to be a keeper up that right side. Alexander inside the 35 down to the 33-yard line. Nearly enough for a first down, second down, a yard to gain. As we approach the 10-minute mark of the third quarter. Tied at 7. Trips left, single wide to the right. Alexander with the back behind him. Kicks the wing in motion left to right. He settles. And on the handoff right up the middle, that's good enough for a first down to the 30-yard line and a very easy pickup for Blake Fletcher as he just plowed ahead for a gain of nearly 5.
Yeah, Brentsville, they motioned, they line up their tight end wide, and they motioned him in, and Sherando didn't move, didn't adjust with him. So they're outnumbering him in the box right now. I think Sherando is going to have to make an adjustment to get a little bit heavier near the line of scrimmage.
Trips right, single wide left. Alexander on the design keeper ran into his lead blocker and is going to be spun around and dropped. Great penetration by the Sherando D. And Braden Lowry.
Yeah, nice play in the backfield by Braden Lowry. Coming off the edge.
Backs it up to 2nd and 15 from the Sherando 34. Trips right, single wide left. On 2nd and 15, he'll take the shoulder high snap, loaded up by our far side of the right, incomplete. Intended in the far side, flat near the 30-yard line.
Yeah, just a little bit of an errant throw, a little bit too far outside.
Intended for Beckman.
This is a good opportunity for Brentsville. You know they want to take advantage. Tie game. It's a good opportunity for them with after making the interception. And then the long run from Orlando.
So now with 8:32 to go in the third, critical 3rd and 15 at the 34. Trips left, single wide to the right. Alexander with the back behind him. Throws it near side left, dropped. In and out of the hands of his intended receiver. And that was Trent Hayes.
Yeah, that was
flat out dropped it.
That was the first time this game they've run one of those screens where they actually had some room to run after the catch, if he would have been able to make the catch. So he might have been able to get a first down there if that was reeled in. So that's tough. Looks like they're going to try to pin him deep. Not a bad idea from the 35-yard line.
Yeah, Vanderhaar's on, standing inside the 50 at about the 48-yard line.
4th and 17.
And Sherando doesn't have anybody back deep, so they'll be very content to just let this land and play it from there. Back judge puts up the hand to signal 5 seconds on the play clock. This is going to be played down at the, I believe, 14-yard line is where contact was made. And the turnover on down. So the interception does no harm for Sherando. We stay tied at 7, 8:20 to go in the third. And a huge thank you to Dan Gloucester and also Randy Woodward, longstanding media members with different companies. We broke bread together earlier this year. And the goal was as many games on the radio and TV as we can to benefit the kids, stay out of each other's way, get as many games on the air as we can. I think we're going to see each other maybe 3 times this whole year. They're doing previews with Kirby on Hometown Football Friday night. They'll be on the postgame show as well. It's just great, and the kids and the fans are the beneficiaries. Screen pass out to the left side across the 25, make it the 26-yard line, and a first down Sherando on a nice little screen off the left side.
Yeah, it was a nice little play. They've set that up earlier in the game with some of the cross action from the tight end. This time they faked the run and dumped it to the tight end out in the flat. Nice catch and run.
Single wide left, Twins near side of the right. They give off the right side of Ruiz. Pinballs his way off the tackler at the 30, 35, 40. Sidesteps him into the 45. Spun around to midfield. Great run of 24 yards by Ruiz. And a first down, Sherando.
Yeah, he's tough. He's bounced off a lot of tackles tonight. Broke some tackles there. I thought he was going to go down a couple times. He broke about 4 tackles on the way to that 24 yards.
Tempo again. Twins left, single wide to the right. And spilled after a gain of a yard. I believe they brought in a fresh set of legs as well. They should after Ruiz went just crazy for 26. That is Carter on the carry. He'll stay in.
Yeah, breaking all those tackles takes a little bit out of you. Go get some water, catch your breath.
Carlson sets down. Twins left, single wide to the right. Fullback in motion, put a wham block on near midfield and upended immediately for no gain. Is Carter bringing up third down and now 10. Orlando playing both ways brought him down. Under 7 to go in the third, deadlocked at 7.
Big play here in midfield.
Carlson with a sidecar to his right. Twins each way. Movement up front. They didn't throw a flag, so they'll check into the near sideline again, see if the play is going to stay or they're going to change it.
They jumped, but they didn't cross the ball.
They shift the back right to left. Carlson takes the snap. Pocket holds up. He wants it down the middle. Zips it. Got it. Complete. Inside the 25 and down at the 20-yard line.
Yeah. Really nice pass there. They actually had 2 open receivers downfield.
Aiden Leach with the catch and run for a first down. Everybody in tight now. Twins right, single wide at the top. Carlson goes tempo. He'll keep it off the right side, 20-yard line, and stumble down after a gain of nearly 2 to bring up second down and 8 from the 18.
Brought down by Alexander.
They ran a little condensed package there, something that they haven't really shown so far earlier in the first half.
Check that white on the stop.
And we have an injury timeout for Brentsville. So we'll step aside for a timeout. Bring you back after this timeout. 7-7, Sherando and Brentsville on 105.5 Wink FM.
Second down and 8 for the Warriors. Ball at the Brentsville 19.
Vaughn left under his own power. Carlson now in the gun again. Sidecar right, Twins right. Ruiz back in the game. They'll throw a slip screen to the near side right. And along the near sideline, slipping 3 tackles. And getting to the house was the fullback, but they're going to mark him out of bounds. It was James Walters doing the 2-step along the near sideline. He's down near the 10. It's enough to move the chains, I do believe, and set up first and goal.
First down.
Carlson switches Ruiz to his left side now. Twins right, single wide left. Ruiz on the counter. Again, pinballs his way inside the 10, down near the 5.
2 plays ago, that was the same little fullback out to the flat and dump off that they ran a few plays ago. So they found something that they liked there and tried to pound it in with Ruiz.
Twins right, single wide to the left. Carlson again. Play action fake, throws it left side. They got Walters walking in for a touchdown. It's now 13-7 Sherando. They leak the fullback out, hit him on the run. He scores easily.
Yeah, that's the third time they ran that play to the fullback out in the flats, or fullback or tight end, whatever you want to call him. And boy, they went 86 yards on that drive and 8 plays. So great drive by Sherando there.
Smith the kick. Dan to hold.
Smith with the #1 fan club over here, watching with the sign. Low snap, good hold, kick, plenty of leg, it's good. 5:07 to go, third quarter. It's now Sherando leading Brentsville, 14-7 on 105.5 Wink FM.
If you would turn to page 71 in your game program, we want to give away a free pizza from Anthony's on page 71 in your program. If you have a signature from Brandy Cowden on page 71, you want a free pizza from Anthony's in Stephen City. Please come to the press box and receive your certificate. Once again, on page 71 in your program, if you have a signature from Brandy Cowden, you want a free pizza from Anthony's in Stephen City. Please come to the press box and receive your certificate.
You know, we were talking about it earlier, about me dropping my daughter off to college last weekend. That cat right there you just heard from, Seymour, he got a house full too.
Oh, yeah?
We're going to have to counsel one another about, hey, this is going to be here in a blink, big guy, where you're, you know.
I taught him over at James Wood back in the day.
High and over end kick, 5 yards deep, and a touchback as Brentsville thought about bringing it out. That's Vondahar, I believe, on the return team, and the official said, not so fast, my friend. So 14-7 Sherando. Brentsville with the ball now, 1st and 10, their own 20-yard line.
A little bit of pressure on Brentsville right now. They're down 7, having some struggles. Sherando's playing well defensively. You want to get a nice long drive here.
Alexander in the gun, sidecar left, Twins right, single wide left, tough mesh point, and somehow getting out of traffic at the 20, near the 24-yard line. I believe it's Orlando picking up 5, maybe even 6 yards on first down. And Sherando has an injured player on the play. Now back to his feet, and the officials will take the injury timeout. And we'll tell you about a great event coming up that 105.5 Wink FM and News Talk 1400 are very happy to be a part of.
Second and 5.
4:48 to go in the third quarter. 14-7, Sherando the lead. Brentsville with the ball, driving. 2nd and 5, their own 25. Todd Barley, Ryan Morgan with you here on 105.5 Wink FM. Twins left, single wide to the right. Alexander loads it up, zips it, right side, down the seam it goes. Midfield and into Sherando territory. for a first down and more down to the 42-yard line. That time it was Vandahar on the receiving end.
Yeah, Brentsville ran 2 inside seams. Really, both seam routes were wide open. It'll be interesting to see if they keep going after him in the air here.
33-yard pitch and catch. Trips right, single wide left. They kick the far side slot in motion. Alexander hands it off. Trying to turn right is Orlando, and he's dumped at the 40-yard line after a 2-yard gain. That'll bring us under 4 minutes to go in the third with Sherando up 14-7.
Carter on the stop.
You know, Sherando, again, Brentsville's moving the tight end from split out wide back into the backfield. Sherando was a little bit late rotating that safety down. Kept him 1 man down in the box.
Twins left. Pay attention to Tyler Owens in the near side slot. Single wide to the right and a flex off the right side of the line. Alexander keeps it, cuts it inside at the 40, the 35, and he is spilled just shy of a first down after a gain of almost 6. Third down and a yard with 3:15 to go in the third.
A nice little run by Alexander. He ran power read there, which I think that's the first time they've run it this game, but that's kind of his bread and butter because he's a good downhill runner from the quarterback position. So I was wondering when they would break that out.
Twins left, single wide to the right. Full house backfield now for Alexander. Takes the shoulder high snap, hands it off right side, and exploding up the right side is Fletcher for the first down inside the Sherando 30 and down at the 25. He'll gain 8 to move the chains.
Ball spotted at the 25.
Seem like they're slowing down now. They kind of went tempo the last couple of plays. Now they're slowing down, looking at the far side.
Yeah, they're picking up. I think Sherando's getting a little bit tired. They have had a couple players cramp.
Single wides each way. The wing is near side left. The handoff goes inside to Orlando. He crashes across the 25 and down at the 24. It's a gain of a yard. Second down and 9 will take us under 2 minutes to go in the third. And Sherando continues to lead Brentsville 14-7. But the Tigers, they're on the prowl, nearing the red zone.
Yeah, they've got a nice drive here going. They're kind of mixing up the play calling. They had a nice long pass. They've run the ball outside. They ran the power read with the quarterback. So a good job play calling by the coaches. I think 2 plays ago, actually, they ran a play with 12 players on offense.
High snap. Alexander handles it. Hit as he throws. Threads the needle, and his receiver got destroyed at the 5-yard line. But his favorite target tonight, Tyler Owens, hangs on, and it's a first and goal situation for Brentsville.
Yeah, it seems like they're kind of getting in a groove. They're a little more balanced on offense, throwing the ball and running the ball. This is a nice drive by Brentsville's players and coaches.
Owens top side of the right. Tight man coverage. They'll go full house backfield again. Alexander, a head high snap, flags down. It's going to be defensive offsides against Sherando, which stopped the play. Can you imagine? Third high snap. He did get a hand on it, but because the whistle stopped, he stopped.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's fortunate for Brentsville. They've had some bad snaps, and that one actually paid off. They didn't have to do anything to gain 2.5 yards.
It remains first and goal, this time now inside the 5. They spotted at the 3. It's actually the 2.5. Single wides each way. Alexander now approaching the line. Looks like he's changing the play, maybe. He's got a back each side of him. Fletcher's to his left. Hands it off right side, and basically untouched was Orlando from 3 to make it 14-13 with 65 seconds to go in the third. And this game is again 1 point away from being tied.
Yeah, that's the second time this game. When Sharando scored a touchdown first, Brentsville followed it up with a touchdown. Now Sharando scores again, and Brentsville's next drive is another touchdown. So we're going in spurts here.
This is a huge point after. Vanderhaar settles. Snap is low. Hold is down. The kick is just inside the near upright and good.
Another good job by the holder for Brentsville this time, getting the ball onto the block.
1:05 to go in the third. Brentsville and Sharando tied at 14 on 105.5 Wink FM.
The Warrior Club wants to thank tonight's fireworks sponsors, Judy Excavating LLC, owned by the Judy family, and Fitzgerald Excavating and Construction Incorporated. In addition, thank you to tonight's game sponsor, Fitzgerald Excavating and Construction Incorporated. And special thanks to this year's water sponsor, Brothers Pizza of Staunton, owned by Alan and Rachel Lovelace.
Now, wait a minute, Greg Price. He just said, and Coach heard him.
It's true.
He said, set the alarm on your mobile device. That's what he said, right?
That is what he said.
Man, what happened to the clock radio alarm clock? Whatever happened to that?
Those were the good old days.
Now you use them with a USB charger for your, oh, I'm sorry, Greg, mobile device. 65 seconds to go, third quarter. We've enjoyed a great matchup tonight between two great programs. Sharando, Brentsville, deadlocked at 14. Closing moments of the third quarter. Vanderhaar without a holder on the ensuing kickoff from the 40-yard line, going right to left. With their holder tonight, has done a phenomenal job.
Yes, he has.
This is a squib kick, bounding inside the 25, picked up inside the 20, fumbled, picked back up, and dropped inside the 20-yard line. About the 18 is where Sharando is going to take over.
Yeah, that's an ideal squib kick. Kind of make the returner a little bit unsure of picking up the ball. He kind of ran past it a little bit, had to retreat, and stop him in his tracks. Good job by Brentsville.
Hamilton had an issue with the bounding ball. He'll retain possession of the football. 1st and 10, Sharando, their own 18-yard line, going left to right. Exactly a minute remaining in the third. As Mike Carlson brings out the offense.
We'll see if they go back to trying to hit the fullback out in the flat this drive. They ran it 3 times.
Single wide left, twins to the right. Carlson wants to throw. Throws near side. Got it complete. Near the 35-yard line. That is a tremendous throw by Carlson. A fantastic catch by Aiden Leach. He threw it over the top of the under defender and under the over-the-top defender.
Yeah, ran a little play action, then sprinted out to the right. And really a great ball. When he was about to throw it, I was like, no, and he fitted over the underneath defender. That was a really nice play.
I mean, for Coach TJ Rohrbaugh in his debut here at Sharando, I mean, as a play caller with his staff as well, I mean, that's a gutsy call, tie game, late stages of the third, to put it on your quarterback who you've got all the faith in the world in, and the kid delivered.
Right. Yeah, and that shows, you've got a returning starter at quarterback, and that's one of the guys that you can rely on. And so when it's coming down to crunch time here, late in the game, putting the ball in his hands and letting him do what, what you can trust him to do. So that's a great play by him, and he's probably going to be relied on down the stretch here to make some more plays.
Can I tell you how difficult that throw is?
Go for it.
So as a lefty, graduation party, my daughter, 2 best friends are there, friends, family, everybody's there having a great time. Injured player back up, and that's Ruiz cramping up, by the way, coming off the field. They had a dunk tank.
Ooh, nice.
I said, guess what? I'm going to go dunk my daughter. First baseball, boom, dunk. Nowhere close after that. So for that kid to do that consistently, that's awesome.
Yes, yeah. You got a lucky shot there, huh?
Indeed. She was just as surprised as I was, smiling ear to ear. All of a sudden, boom.
Yeah, not expecting that.
I thought I was going to have to run up and hit the plunger, you know what I mean?
You got to do it at some point.
Exactly. So now bunch trips left side, single wide to the right, run of the numbers. Carlson on the end around, coming to the near side right to the 30 and upended near the 32-yard line. Great pursuit by Brentsville, taking the pins out of Brady Hamilton's run there.
Yeah, tried a little reverse into the boundary there. Not a whole lot of room to run, and a nice open field tackle by Brentsville.
He'll check in far side along the hash marks. Now he's joined by a slot receiver. Carlson takes the snap, handoff up inside, and really tough sledding there is upended almost immediately was Pete Carter, and that may well do it for the third quarter as we're under 10 seconds to go in a 14-14 tie.
No gain, third down at 9.
Yeah. Heard some
third and 9, they'll flip the field now.
Heard some good things about Pete Carter. They have a lot of hopes for him.
Through 3, Brentsville and Sherando deadlocked at 14 on 105.5 Wink FM and WinLife TV.
Fans, a reminder, when you exit the stadium tonight, an alternative route is through the back gate where the Sherando Park is located. Once again, when you exit the stadium tonight, if you're looking for an alternative route, you may exit through the back gate, through the park.
Start of the fourth quarter, third down 9 from the 32-yard line, and Brentsville doing what Brentsville's been doing all night, jumping into neutral zone. A free 5 makes it 3rd and 4.
Yeah, that's, I think, the 4th time that they've jumped off sides. A couple other times have been close to jumping off, so something they've got to clean up. But also, Sherando's doing a good job with the hard count, so kudos to them.
So now from 3rd and long to 3rd and 4 at the 37, going right to left to start the fourth quarter. Deadlocked at 14. Carlson, helmet high snap, zips it into traffic, deflected and picked off. Down the far sideline, 40, 35, 30, and upended inside the Sherando 25-yard line is Tyler Owens.
He's making plays on offense and he's making plays on defense.
Great concentration as it was deflected and then picked off.
Yeah, that's huge. Not only do they get the ball, but they also get some great field position at about Sherando's, looks like 24-yard line, 23-yard line.
First down for the Tigers.
Yeah, so now Caleb Alexander and his Tigers offense, they'll set up shop with single wides each way. Orlando in the backfield. Late substitution runs on. As Alexander claps for the ball, takes a high snap, whistles and flags. Procedure, Brentsville. I believe the back on the left started too early.
I think the back on the left and the tight end or fullback, whatever you want to call him, he got a little bit of a jump start there too. So a couple guys that got some momentum, a little bit anxious to drive it down and maybe take the lead. So got to calm down a little bit.
10 seconds into the fourth quarter. It's now 1st and 15 after the interception and a 5-yard false start to the 28-yard line. Single wides each way. Alexander will keep it right up the middle. 25, bounced it out. 20, 15. He smells the end zone. He'll get there. Touchdown, Brentsville.
Wow.
It's now 20-14 Tigers.
That's a huge play, huge run. It looks like there was a little bit of a mix-up in the backfield, and he ended up keeping the ball, just taking off to the left side, even though the play looks like it was designed to go right. So good play by him, making it up on the fly.
20 seconds into the fourth quarter. It's now 20-14. This point after is critical as Trent Hayes takes the knee at the 10-yard line. Dabs the towel, calls for the ball. Takes a low snap, got it down to kick, plenty of leg, it's good again.
Yep, another
third time tonight. They've averted disaster. 11:40 to go in regulation. It's now Brentsville 21, Sharando 14 on 105.5 Wink FM and WinLife TV.
Deep to receive. Kicking off for Brentsville. Wyatt Vanderhart.
Thank Winchester Discount Audio for sponsoring high school football here on 105.5 Wink FM. 21-14, Brentsville leading Sharando, and the kickers tonight have been doing an absolutely fantastic job as that one's 7 yards deep in the end zone. I mean, they've obviously been to the Mosley Clinic.
They must have been. He's teaching them well. He's teaching Brentsville well. And the Sharando people might get upset about that. He's supposed to be coaching the Sharando people up.
So we were doing the negotiations, right, for who's going to do games with who.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, Harbaugh is like, well, I got the MVP. How did you get the first pick anyway, buddy? He's with me. Okay.
He's pulling strings.
Yeah. Okay. They're over on News Talk 1400 tonight, calling that James Wood game. 21-14, Sharando trails. The handoff coming near side left, out across the 20, the 25, and dumped just shy of the 30. And we've got a fresh ball carrier in the game, as it's
Samuel Riding.
Yeah, Ridings has checked in, the junior. Third different running back tonight, deployed by Sharando. Gains 7. Quick throw to the right side. That's going to be complete to the fullback, out across the 30. And enough for a first down, I do believe, to move the chains out to the 32-yard line. That's a nice security blanket to have in James Walters.
Yeah, it looks like he's got some soft hands, and he's not afraid to lay some blows when he gets the ball in his hands, try to run through some people.
Carlson in the gun, takes a snap, looking, pressure coming, he's sacked. They brought everybody that time, Coach. They just outnumbered the Sharando offensive line and got home for the sack.
Yeah, Brentsville got a nice pass rush there. They're being pretty aggressive, trying to force Sharando's quarterback into some mistakes.
Now, see, Orlando's the beneficiary of all that penetration by the front four. A loss of 7 on the sack brings up 2nd and 17 for 25. Carlson with a 4-wide gun set, sidecar to his right, twins each way. 10-13 to go, 21-14, Sharando trailing. Takes the helmet high snap, looking right, stays in the pocket, fires over the middle, high, batted, almost picked again.
Yeah.
And guess who was on the defensive side? Tyler Owens again. Almost had his 2nd pick of the night.
Yeah, Brentsville blitzed again, got some pressure in Carlson's face, and again, they're just trying to make him make mistakes. They know that Sharando needs to throw the ball here.
Stops the clock with 10:05 to go in the incompletion. 3rd and 17, their own 25, going right to left. Twins again each way. Carlson takes a snap. Throws the screen, dumps it off right side. I believe it's Ruiz out across the 30, maybe the 35-yard line. Well shy of a first down.
It's a good call there. They've been getting some pressure on the quarterback, so try to throw a screen there to get behind the defense. But it's tough to gain 17 yards in one play.
So now you're putting it on not only your punting unit, but the defense to get a stop.
One big thing here with Brentsville, you don't want to get greedy. You want to just kind of take what they give you so you can get a drive going and start to wind down the clock.
Clean snap, kick is away. And it'll take a Sherando bounce and roll inside the Brentsville 40 down to the 36-yard line.
That's where Brentsville will take over. First down.
Hanley tied the game with Musselman at 28, and Musselman reclaimed a 35-28 lead.
Nice back and forth game over there. Got a full house backfield for Brentsville.
They'll take the snap. Alexander hands it off, and nowhere to go. Now we get a flag down at the end of this play. What is this about? Holding against Brentsville.
One change to the rules this year, their holdings are just being taken back from the line of scrimmage, so they're not from the point of the foul. Sometimes if you're holding in the backfield in the past, you might lose 14 or 20 yards, but here they're just going to lose, looks like about 9. So it must have been 1 yard in front of the line of scrimmage. That's a rule change this year in high school.
9:09 to go, fourth quarter. 21-14, Brentsville with the lead.
Once again, with Maria Alvarado, please report to the press box.
Single wide left, Twins near side of the right. Alexander wants to throw, zips it far side left, and it's going to be complete near the 40-yard line.
Good gain of about 16 yards. They ran 2 seam routes from the inside receivers, and then the outside guys ran stop routes. Got the ball out there to his receiver, made a nice catch. Second down and about 6 yards to go.
Trips left. Outside the hash marks along the far side. Now they kick a man in motion toward the formation. On 2nd and 6 from the 40-yard line off the left side. That's going to be Orlando. He is chopped down just shy at the 45. About a yard short of the first down.
Yeah, nice manageable third down. Third and about a yard and a half to go.
And it's third down.
Single wide to the right, Twins left. Offset eye, they'll go with a keeper, and Alexander is ripped down from behind, shy of the line of scrimmage, let alone the line to gain. Fourth down.
Yeah. Really nice play there by Drew Tyson, 6'4", 210-pound senior, chasing Alexander down in the backfield.
At the 44.
Single wide to the right. For a moment, they had Twins left. Instead, it's going to be a single wide to the top. Full house backfield again behind Alexander. He's got a wing to the near side right. 4th and 2, their own 44 for Brentsville. High snap, handoff, and plowing his way for a first down just shy of midfield is Orlando, who's been the workhorse tonight for the Tigers, and he's got the first down.
late in the game here.
6:47 to go, 21-14, Brentsville. And after that first down, the officials took an heat acclimation timeout, I believe.
I was just about to say that late in the game here with Sharando, we've seen a couple Sharando players start to cramp up. You start to wonder if conditioning is going to be a factor late in the game with them wearing their black uniforms in the heat while the sun was still up.
That may also be a game clock situation. Yeah, they're bringing everybody back now at 6:47. They may be putting time back on. We'll see. Yeah, both coaches have been informed about whatever had just transpired after the first down. So both teams got an extra hydration break. That's never a bad thing in 100-plus real feel temperature situations.
No, you want the kids to feel good and be healthy.
Empty left, Twins right. Alexander with split backs behind him. The wing is to the left. Takes a chest-high snap, wants to throw. Down the left side, he's got a man behind the defense, inside the 30, the 25, and down near the 20. That is just way too easy of a pitch and catch to Vandehar. So they were at the midfield stripe. That's a gain of nearly 30.
Yeah, that was actually, it looks like Brentsville only had 6 men on the line of scrimmage, so sometimes that messes up a defense when they're trying to cover people because they're not quite sure who's eligible, who's on the line, and those types of things. So that was an interesting formation. The slot receiver wasn't on the line.
We approach the 6-minute mark, 21-14, Brentsville with the lead. The handoff left side, inside the 15-yard line, and a gain of 5 on first down. That'll take us down near 5.5 to go. As not only is the score the enemy of Sharando right now, the game clock as well.
Yeah, Brentsville's doing a nice job. They're mixing it up, but they're kind of bleeding the clock down. And even if they don't score here, Sharando's going to have to put together a fairly quick drive to try to score.
So now single wides each way. 5:23 and rolling. 2nd and 5 from the 15-yard line of Sharando. Snap is back. It's a design draw for Alexander. He bounces it right. Sees a host of black uniforms. He gets popped out of bounds near, I believe, the 13-yard line. So a short gain. It also preserves 5:03 on the game clock.
Right. Yeah, the play was designed to go up the middle, but he bounced outside. Didn't have any blockers outside, really, so a bunch of black shirts came down to tackle him and chased him out of bounds. But it does stop the clock, which is not exactly what you want to do at this point in the game.
And it's third down.
Single wides each way. 3rd and 3 from the 12. Alexander takes the snap, hands it off. Orlando left side, got a seam, and he's chopped down near the 10-yard line. The official on the far side is waving his arms. It's enough to move the chains for a first down and a gain of 2 and an inch.
Well, they ran it to the wide side. Sharando didn't have an overhang defender, so Orlando almost broke it. If he could have broken that one last tackle, he would have been walking in the end zone.
First and goal from the 10-yard line. We're under 4:44 to go. 21-14, Brentsville with the lead. Boy, Sharando could sure use a high snap by Brentsville right here.
Yeah, high snap or a turnover of some sort. Yeah, it gets a little bit tense trying to get the ball back.
Trips right, single wide left. Alexander in the gun. Takes the snap, hands it off. Orlando left side, and he is in for the touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run makes it 27-14. Brentsville with 4:14 to go in the fourth quarter.
It was a good changeup. They've been running a lot of packages with tight ends, and then they go 4 wide. kind of changes things at the last minute down near the goal line. Sometimes it's tough to communicate those changes when you're so far away from the sideline. So good move there by Brentsville.
Vanderhart a kick.
Vanderhart with a critical point after late in this game.
Another high snap.
Kick is on the way. It's good again. 4:14 to go in the fourth quarter. It's now Brentsville 28, Sharando 14. And we're back after this timeout on 105.5 Wink FM and WinLife TV. .14 to go, fourth quarter, 28-14. Brentsville with the lead, Vanderhart with the kick. Short end over end, returnable at the 10. Near side 15, 20. Out of one tackle at the 15, but not out of the second one. As he stumbles down near the 25-yard line. A nice return for Sharando.
Yeah, nice open field tackle by Theo Townsend from Brentsville.
I believe it was a nice return for Sharando to give him the 75-yard window to work with 4:08 to go, trailing by 2 touchdowns. Carlson in the gun, sidecar to his right, play action fake, rolls it right, looking, throwing off his back foot. How's that not pass interference?
Yeah, it looked like the defensive back got there a little bit early on the out route. They ran the play action pass, and probably could have gained him 15 yards there.
I mean, that was close enough to either be Facebook friends or Instagram stories. Which do you prefer, right?
Oh, I prefer Instagram.
4:03 to go in the fourth. On the incompletion, brings up second down and 10 from the 25. Carlson loads it up, left side, jump ball situation, caught. And this could go to the house. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Wow. 75-yard pitch and catch. And on the receiving end, Brady Hamilton to make this a 28-20 game with 3:53 to go.
Wow, yeah, Sharando needed that. They got a one-on-one on the outside. Might as well take a shot. That's probably their speediest receivers, Brady Hamilton, and man, huge play for them. They got a little under 4 minutes to make up one touchdown deficit, but they didn't bleed much time off the clock there to make that happen. Great play.
Noah Smith on for the point after.
Well, here's a critical point after.
Yeah, we'll see. We've had several bad snaps, but some great holds by both teams so far.
Snap is high, good hold. Kick is in the air, and it's good.
7 points.
3:53 to go. And Sharando back within a touchdown at 28-21. That's one way to get back in the game.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you can toss some 75-yard touchdowns whenever you need one.
He just threw him a go route.
Go route, yeah, he got behind the cornerback, and there was no safety over there to help. Well, that's one thing Brentsville's been doing. They've been trying to stop the run, and they're putting a lot of people down in the box. And so far they haven't really been burned too much, but
It's
that one
also a
hurt.
credit to the coaching staff and paying homage to Tyler Owens. They didn't throw to his side.
Right. Yeah, he's their best athlete. They're throwing away from him. They managed to get Brady Hamilton away from Tyler Owens, and that ended up being a huge play. He showed some really nice speed there. And again, he was the guy who made the nice over-the-shoulder catch. So they might have something with Sherando, Micah Carlson, and over to Brady Hamilton. That might be a passing receiving duo to watch this season.
No, there's not a seismic event going on. Well, maybe. The fans in the stands coming to life.
They are excited.
3:53 to go, 28-21. Pooch kick, high and short. On the return from the 28 out to the 30 and dropped right then and there at the 33-yard line is Trent Hayes. It's a very sure-handed catch and return.
Yeah, he did a nice job. He retreated there. That was going to be tough for the returner to get to, so he had to back up to catch that. Good job by him.
So the defense chant goes up from this near side. 28-21, Brentsville the lead and the ball. 1st and 10, their own 33 going left to right. Single wides each way. Alexander will again deploy the full house backfield with 2 backs behind him. He's got a wing to his left along the line of scrimmage. High snap again, handoff Orlando, 35, 36, 37-yard line. Gain of 4 brings up 2nd down and 6, and tick, 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 tick. We get under 3.5 to go.
Seems like they're going to try to feed the ball to Orlando and keep the ball in Alexander's hands. At this point in the game, you got to keep the ball in the hands of your best athletes.
The linemen just dropped into their stances. 3:19 to go. Alexander standing with 2 backs behind him, single wides each way.
They're watching the play clock, trying to let it bleed down to just a few seconds before they
There
snap
it goes to 5. He'll take the helmet high snap, hand it off again. Orlando going right to left, slips 2 tackles, and he's dumped. Great open field tackle shy of the line of scrimmage near the 37-yard line, and Sherando burns a timeout. With 2:56 to go, we're back after this timeout. The high school football game of the week on 105.5 Wink FM and WinLife TV.
Shot by Blackwell. Timeout, Warriors.
Opening night coming down to 2:56 to go. And a defensive stand for Sherando as they trail 28-21. Brentsville facing a 3rd and 6 at their own 38-yard line.
Just before that timeout, Donovan Blackwell, 10th grader, 5'8", 130 pounds, taking down Nico Orlando. That was a really nice open field tackle.
4 wide gun set for Alexander. Sidecar to his right, takes the snap, throws it near side, and it's complete and then jarred free at the 44-yard line, ruled incomplete. It was intended for Langston White from Caleb Alexander.
Another nice play by Sherando defensive back Tucker Lefevre coming up for a big hit.
This is an obvious punting situation, is it not, on 4th and 6 at your own 38-yard line with 2:52 to go?
You would think. I wonder if they might try to get him to jump off sides here and maybe see if they can get it down to 4th and 1.
Trips left, single wide to the right.
Yeah.
Flag down. Somebody moved on the offense.
Yep, the wide receiver flinched. They were trying to get him off sides.
That backfired.
Yep.
4th and 11 from the 33, and now the punt unit comes on. So Sherando on the verge of getting the ball back, down by 7 and 2:52 to go, and 2 timeouts pending the outcome of this punt. Hamilton back to return. And I believe Kincaid just ran on to the far side at the 30-yard line as well. Wobbling snap, punts away, and it's a beauty. Turned over inside the 20-yard line. Inside the 15, now on the return back across the 20, and spilled near the 30. So Sherando with 2:41 to go, down 7, will begin the drive at the 30.
That was a nice punt. Again, that was about a 50-yard punt. We got some good punts tonight, both teams.
Carlson now in the gun, sidecar to his right. Twins each way. Calling for the ball. They'll bring 4. Loads it up, right side, got a man again. And it's dropped just beyond the 40-yard line, a bit underthrown.
Yeah, again, wide open receiver, new guy this time, not the same guy, but good ball and a little bit underthrown, but receiver still wants to reel that in.
That time, they went after Langston White defensively.
If you're Brentsville's defensive staff right now, you're telling your kids to back up a half step or maybe a full step.
2.5 to go. They'll come near side left. Caught again inside the 35 and wrenched out of bounds near the 30. It worked for a 75-yard pitch and catch. Hamilton on the receiving end again to flip the field 30-30.
Yeah, early in the game they weren't throwing deep. They kind of sucked up Brentsville, and now Brentsville's got to make some adjustments here. Can't let them keep throwing over the top.
Twins each way again. Carlson, sidecar to his right. 1st and 10 at the Brentsville 28-yard line. Looking right, pocket breaking down, flushed right, throws right off his back foot, and coming back for the ball, it goes incomplete near the 5-yard line.
Yeah, Brentsville ran a little bit of a different defense there. They had 2 high safeties to help out on the deep throws, but Sherando ran a wheel route, got somebody open running into the end zone, but the quarterback couldn't quite get the ball to him.
It was intended for Kincaid. He's the far side slot receiver. 2:22 to go, 2nd and 10 from the 28. Twins each way. They put an extra back into the far side right. This time a handoff left side, 25, 20, 15 for Ruiz, and down near the 10-yard line. That's a first down and a gain of 16 down to the 11.
Great play call by Sherando's coaches. Get the defensive line rushing the passer, and then you trap the defender.
Carlson again in the gun. Bunch to the right side. He'll keep it. Got hit in the backfield, cut it back to the 10, spun around near the 5, still going inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. They'll finally blow it dead near the 3.
He never went down.
Wholesale changes for Sherando.
Yep. Sherando's putting in, looks like the heavy package.
And I think Brentsville wants to talk it over defensively, or is it an official timeout? It is for an injured player. 101 seconds remaining in regulation. Brentsville leading Sherando 28-21. We're back after this timeout on 105.5 Wink FM and WinLife TV. Well, we'll name our pals Plumbing Player of the Game when this one's over.
From the 4.
1:41 to go. 2nd and 3 from the 4. So Sherando can get a first down inside the 2-yard line. And the official says, hold the phone, everybody.
Sharando's back to their single wing package on the field. Probably try to pound it up the middle like they did earlier in the game. Ruiz scored a touchdown from this package earlier, stretching the ball over the end zone, the goal line.
Carlson to the wide side of the formation. They're checking the near sideline. Ruiz now steps up back into the backfield. High snap. Ruiz handles it. 5, 4, 3, 2, down to the 1.
Looks like they might have got a first down here.
I believe they did. They'll drop the sticks. They'll keep the down marker, so it's 1st and goal from the 1.
That's a 1st and goal.
Single wing look again. Ruiz calling for the ball, takes a snap, he fumbled the ball. Scrum for the fumble, also called a scrumble. Who's got the ball at the bottom of this pile? Brentsville comes away with the ball.
Wow. Oh man, that's too bad for Sherando. You wonder about some of those things when you get into those single wing formations with guys who don't take snaps 100 times a day. The ball was in his hands and he just put it on the ground, and it looks like Brentsville has it on about their own 3.5-yard line.
52.9 to go. And Brentsville looks like they're going to escape after a fumble by Sherando. And Brentsville takes a timeout to discuss things. So shall we, because it appears we're going to have bonus coverage tonight of Musselman and Hanley, as Musselman leads Hanley 35-28 through 3.
Oh, man, it's a high-scoring game. That's been a little bit back and forth.
So when we're done here, we wrap our post-game show, which will be brief. Josh Kirby's going to do some radio magic back in the studios and put Kyle and Matt on from Musselman in a 35-28 Musselman lead as they come down the stretch.
One thing to remember for Brentsville is they're still in this timeout. Brentsville's had some issues with snaps too, so they're going to be on their own 3-yard line, and you really want to be sure of those snaps, but there is a chance that a snap could be high or low, and Sherando still has a chance here. So you've got to be careful if you're Brentsville, and if you're Sherando, you still got to be aggressive and still keep your spirits up.
Clark County with a 42-7 win over Rock Ridge. Well, as we've seen, the exchange between the center and quarterback has been huge.
Both sides have had some issues. It's not uncommon early in the season. See, Brentsville's getting in here tight. They're going under center. This can be tricky too.
Split backs behind Alexander. He takes a snap, just tries to push the pile forward. No gain, brings up 2nd down and 10. Timeout with 46.9 to go. That's the second Sherando timeout taken. They've got 1 remaining.
About 1. Timeout, Warriors.
One thing you see sometimes with teams who are all shotgun, when they try to go under center to run out the clock or something like that, or for a short yardage play or a quarterback sneak, sometimes they have issues with the snap. The first snap seemed okay, but they've still got to snap it a couple more times to run out the clock. So even though it's not a shotgun snap where they've had issues, there still could be some problems here.
What a potentially heartbreaking way. You're knocking on the door to tie, down 28-21.
Yeah, 1 yard away from scoring a touchdown that could have tied the game if they made the extra points. So it's disappointing, but Sharando showed a whole lot of fight coming back. And they've still got a shot here if things go right for them. But they need some lucky breaks.
Alexander again. Climbs in under center. Takes the snap. Goes off the left side. And he's stopped almost immediately, maybe a yard. Brings up 3rd down, and we'll call it a long 7. Sharando uses their last timeout with 43.2 to go. Now, being that it's 3rd down, all he has to do is take the snap and go forward.
Right. Yeah.
It winds it out.
You would hope so. You would hope your guys can do that, make that happen. They're getting foot to foot to try to prevent any kind of penetration. So, yeah, you're just hoping not to make any terrible mistakes here. But stranger things have happened.
I mean, this isn't even a situation, right, where you take the snap, have to run around a little bit to run that clock, because at 43.2, it's all but academic, because you're literally just trying to get the clock initiated again to have it expire.
Yeah, just get the officials to have to place the ball again. That'll take more than a few seconds, and then they can wind it down.
Brentsville using every last moment of that timeout they just took before coming back over from the far side as they come through a Sharando defender who was lurking.
Trying to sniff out the play call.
Yes, we're going on 1 and we're going left.
Alexander
Alexander up under center. Takes the snap. And he's going to be swarmed under for a loss. But the clock is now moving, 35 seconds and rolling as he is stopped at about the 3-yard line, bringing up 4th down. And with 25 seconds and rolling, the official hasn't even wound the play clock yet. And I don't think he has to.
Players are shaking hands. Brentsville can just let it run out.
Handshake line is starting to form at midfield on both sides. Final 3 seconds will roll off in a heartbreaker for Sharando to open the 2023 season. They fall to Brentsville 28-21 in the season opener.
Great game by both teams. A lot of good defense, some big plays, some good players who made plays down the stretch. Disappointing for Sharando, but I'm sure Brentsville's sideline's happy.
So we've got to do some business here with the Palace Plumbing players of the game. Clubhouse leaders for me. Carlson had a great night, and his favorite target, Hamilton, including the 75-yard touchdown to bring Sharando within that game-tying score at 28-21.
Yeah, some really good plays. Another player I'd mention is Ruiz at running back. Had some really good pinball runs, tough runs. Tough for him at the end with putting the ball on the ground. But overall, he had a great game, and I think they were going to do running back by committee, but I think he staked his claim to be one of the lead guys carrying the ball.
So 28-21 is the final. Quick look at next week's schedule. There are 2 games on Thursday night, as they moved another game to Thursday. Broadway at Strasburg on 105.5 Wink FM with Coach and I. Jefferson, West Virginia, right back here at Sharando, C4, and Mark Mosley on the call there. Then on Friday, Kyle and Matt have the call of King William at Clark County. Clark County finished off Rock Ridge tonight, 42-7.
Yeah, nice game by Clark County. They're continuing to put up points year after year.
Then Shenandoah opens up their 2023 campaign at home against Methodist on Saturday at 1 right here on 105.5 Wink FM. Thanks so much to Corey Campbell, Coach Ryan Morgan, Josh Kirby back in the studio. Stay tuned. Other side of this Pals Plumbing timeout. We're sending you to Musselman and Hanley with Musselman up 41-28 in the fourth quarter. So we'll send that out for a timeout. 28-21 your final tonight as Shenandoah falls to Brentsville here on 105.5 Wink FM and WinLife TV.